Celtics Hornets tonight, TD Garden, a 7:30 tip-off. Celtics are a 7-point favorite. This segment is brought to you by betonline.ag. Use our promo code CLNS50. You get 50% bonus cash on your deposit. 7-point favorite. Not the most intriguing game, glorious game. You had the Warriors this past weekend. Now we move to the Hornets. Kemba Walker, you got a starting guard for the All-Star team. What's your prediction? What are you looking for tonight, Joseph?
I'm looking for the Celtics to be aggressive. I think Kemba Walker will be. Their bigs, especially. We got Hernan Gomez?
Yeah.
Willie Hernan Gomez. He really crushed the Celtics the last couple of times these two teams met up. Without Kyrie Irving, that's a huge advantage for Charlotte Hornets. So I do think this will be a close game.
That's the key point. No Kyrie Irving. The question is, though, will Gordon Hayward have a heartbeat tonight?
Hey, I mean, he's been struggling. I think it's a bit of a narrative. He's been fine on the defensive side of the ball. People are expecting him already to be that second scorer for the Celtics. And frankly, that's just not the case. At the beginning of the year, I think it's a bit hypocritical because at the beginning of the year, everyone was marking that All-Star break as the point where he's going to start to get back to himself. I don't know if we'll ever see old G again like he would always call himself, but he's got to start to come around at some point soon. And I think the real issue is at this point, people expected his recovery to be more advanced at this point. And it's not, and he's not being that contributor the Celtics need him to be. But do you see this? It's not the greatest defense in Charlotte.
Unfortunately, it won't beat. I mean, we'll see. We could see a good game. But that breakout game that everyone's waiting for, I don't think you're going to see that against the Charlotte Hornets. I do think Jaylen Brown will have a good game, though. He's been playing, on a roll. He's been playing well lately. I know it's been sort of under the radar, especially because of the game against the Warriors Saturday. But I think he's finding his groove. He's finding his rhythm. And he tends to typically find it, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but when Kyrie Irving rests.
Yeah.
When Kyrie Irving's not playing, Jaylen Brown typically gives you a solid game. I think we'll see the same thing.
Clearly, same thing with Terry Rozier. T-Row, he's going to perform tonight.
He is.
No Kyrie. The question is, the Celtics will take a lead at some point, a big lead. Will the Hornets come back like the Nets did, like every opponent this season?
I was just going to say the dreaded third quarter.
It's that dreaded third quarter for the Celtics. I mean, Terry Rozier has looked great when he's filled in for Kyrie Irving. Hasn't looked the best off the bench, but he tied his season-high 7 assists in the first half on Monday night against the Brooklyn Nets. He'll start, presumably again tonight for Kyrie Irving. You kind of pointed out, though, Joe Sway, Jaylen Brown has benefited from the ball movement when Kyrie is out of the lineup. Obviously, they are a better team with Kyrie, but players do benefit from that. Gordon Hayward is one of those. So maybe him or Jaylen, could benefit from Kyrie being out of the lineup tonight, get that ball movement going. Jaylen Brown's three-point shot has really improved over the last couple months, which has opened up his drive to the hoop because guys have to guard him out on the perimeter, and that, that's where they go. So give me a little bit of a prediction. Josue, I'll start with you. What's your score tonight? Celtics are a 7-point favorite. Over-under is 214.5. Just give me a score. Final
I'm
score
going
prediction.
Celtics 108, Hornets 102. It's going to come down to the wire, but those last couple of minutes.
So that third quarter is that.
It'll be a lasting effect. I do think the Celtics will come out with a win here, but I also think, to piggyback on your point, Jaylen Brown attacking the rim, that's what's been key. I think we'll see more of that. And I got the Celtics winning.
This season's been so unpredictable, guys, right? I mean, where do you go? So I'm going to say 112-102. They do cover the line.
Ooh.
BetOnline.ag. Use that CLNS 50 promo code for 50% off.
The line.
Okay, I'll go 117-102. I think the third quarter could get a little iffy, but I think they'll be just fine. I think the ball movement. I'm not saying they're better again without Kyrie Irving, but I do like the ball.
They are. He's saying they are.
No, I'm not. But I do like the ball movement when he's out of the lineup. It gets things flowing. However, what happens if you add in someone like Anthony Davis into the lineup?
I knew it was coming.
I mean, it had to come at some point. We're going to be talking about this for the next 5 months, assuming they don't do anything at the deadline. And even then, we probably still will be. So I'm going to drag another segment of Anthony Davis out of you guys, as torturous as it is. There have been a lot of rumors.
It's not a Gordon Hayward segment. I'm okay.
This segment needs to be titled Silly Season because it's exactly what it is. When these rumors start going around, you never really know what's true. And Brad Stevens kind of phrased it in his pregame availability the other night, where until something comes across my desk or I hear from someone that is involved in the situation, I don't buy it. And that's really the way you should be approaching it. But let's not do that. Let's talk about this Kyrie Irving rumor that he does want to re-up with LeBron James at some point in his career.
It's a Rich Paul rumor.
It is a Rich Paul rumor, but you've got LeBron fueling it.
Johnson
You've got LeBron
rumor.
fueling it. He's singing to Kyrie Irving on Instagram stories. What do you take from something like that?
I just think right now Kyrie Irving is focused on the Celtics. He's too focused on helping this team and making sure that they're where they need to be come the postseason. Now, the offseason is a whole different story. I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, Kyrie Irving is 100% going to stick to what he said earlier in the season, that he is committed to the Celtics. I do believe that, but obviously we can't say it until what happens at the end of the season. I think that's where his head is at, though, at the end of the day. And I think most of this talk is maybe it is LeBron's agent. Maybe, I mean, the whole LeBron serenading Kyrie Irving, let's face it was kind of weird. And at the end of the day,
I was totally
kind of creepy.
Can we say orchestrated? Can we go as far as saying orchestrated? I really wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It came just a week before this Anthony Davis, bombshell that Woj dropped earlier in the week. So I really wouldn't.
At 7 a.m. on a Monday morning,
right?
Worst way to start.
And listen, if you're LeBron's agent, that's what you do. You want to sway the public into thinking this. You want to sway the Lakers into applying pressure, and he's doing his job. But I think throughout all of this, Kyrie Irving is still focused on the Celtics. Let's pump the brakes a bit with this talk. I do think he's still committed, and I really don't see this happening. I don't see Anthony Davis getting traded.
Kyrie Irving's focused on Kyrie Irving as he's inking his name to a contract for a new movie deal. I mean, come on.
So you're going to make the LA connection thing? You're
but
putting the Hollywood.
Who's involved with the movie?
Listen, is LeBron?
No, Anthony Davis is another producer in the
There
movie.
you go, another tie-in.
It's all tied together.
It is all tied together. I mean, but the thing is, I'm going to go Goodman here. It's Kyrie Irving. You don't know with Kyrie. You really don't. Is he focused this season? He seems to be. Every game, he seems to be playing better and better.
Yeah.
Career high in assists, career high in steals. They're resting him appropriately, but you never know. All I can tell you, here's what I have to say about all this. Magic Johnson with the Lakers, what, a month? He got fined for tampering, right?
Yep.
All right? LeBron James has never been fined for it, but he's the king of it.
Right.
Let's think about it. I mean, he changed his number in Cleveland before going to Miami because his number was already retired there. And then when he came back to Cleveland, he put number 20. Come on, right? So there's contact being made. I think the only one not talking here is Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Anthony Davis has been extremely cordial through this entire thing, and I think that was part of this trade request. Obviously, a lot of people view a trade request, how is that cordial? You're asking to leave a team. But the fact that he gave them a lot of notice. I mean, if you're a Pelicans fan or within the Pelicans organization and you thought he was going to stick around, you're not, you're not reading the writing on the wall. But the fact of the matter is he gave them time before the trade deadline and long before the offseason to go through preparations for this.
Yeah, but Chris, he also took away their leverage, though.
He did
now the Pelicans, when they go into trade talks, think about it. Teams know that you have to give up this guy.
Right.
There goes the leverage. It wasn't behind the scenes.
I don't think
it was a public announcement.
Think that happens, though, because the leverage is still in their department, because in their view, everyone knows the Celtics have been involved and will be involved until Anthony Davis gets shipped off. So the fact of the matter is, if they get an offer, they could say, well, we could just wait till July because we've got Jason Tatum and or Jaylen Brown and picks and Danny Ainge's gold mine sitting on the sideline for us. So I think that in itself is enough leverage to kind of keep them. If I'm the New Orleans Pelicans, I see zero reason to make a move before the deadline. I don't think that's going to happen. But when you have your best set of assets having to wait until the offseason, there's no reason to jump right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Pelicans, you wait.
Yeah.
And clearly by their statement, they want Jason Tatum. It seems that way because
why would you want anything less?
I agree. I don't want to give him away. But for Anthony Davis, we have to. Anyway, we're headed over to the Garden.
Yeah.
TD Garden tonight. We're going to head over there. You'll catch us post-game.
That's right. Charlotte Hornets, Boston Celtics, 7:30 tip-off at TD Garden. Check us out on CLNSmedia.com.
And hit the subscribe button.
That's right.